Hello everyone, welcome to VISHNU IS Academy. Today we'll discuss some of the important aspects or issues in the news. So let's begin with the first issue. So we already know we have an NAVIC system, but today we are again planning for a separate system for military as well. So now let's discuss what is the need for it to have an independent system, navigation system only for the military. Okay, coming to first thing. So as we know, we have like Indigenous Tejas fighters, Akash air defense systems and BrahMos missiles. With that, now we are increasing our extent in whole the world. From a make in India, now we are making for the world also. That's why to have an own system, like own navigation system, particularly for defense, plays an important role. And if you see this Tejas fighter and even BrahMos, we are exporting to the other countries as well. And if you see, if present NAVIC, if you see the NAVIC system, which is operational since 2018, it contains in total 7 satellites. But nothing but these 4 are geosynchronous and 3 are geostationary. So what is the difference between a geosynchronous and geostationary, if you ask? Nothing but a geosynchronous when, suppose let's say this is an earth. So if a satellites move along with the earth, nothing but a rotation period of the earth equal to the even the satellite rotation period, that we call it as a geostationary or not geosynchronous. And if the satellite fixes at the same place, irrespective of the rotation of the earth, that is geostationary. So we can see geostationary is part of geosynchronous orbit itself. So our current NAVIC system, which is operational since 2018, it has 7 satellites, out of which 4 are placed in a geosynchronous orbit and 3 are placed in a geostationary orbit, so that each and every aspect of the earth, it will be constantly monitored. But there are some limitations. If you see NAVIC, it extends only up to India with 1500 kilometers in around. That's what its role, like it's a area of extent, like from which the NAVIC actually operates. So, but for defense sector, we need the range to be more. That may be the one more reason we want the. And if you see, already as it is operation since 2018, it has been already integrated with the Astra and Rudram anti-radiation missile as well. But its coverage is too low. So that's why if we are launching these missiles and Rudram anti-radiation missiles, it is difficult for us to track them. That's why we need a separate system, navigation system for defense itself. Why? Because of the various regions. Let's say to offer global coverage, or for better encryption, or for better resilience against threats. So these are the some reasons why we need a separate operation system for the defense. And if you see, military is the soul and heart of India. We can say that, because if military is not there or defense system is not there, even I can't stand here, I can't teach you, right? So it's a very important thing. So if you take military specific, it should be the navigation system in particular to military should be of secure, real timing, position, navigation and timing. Nothing but PNT. Positioning, navigation and timing. It should concentrate upon these things. But currently if you see NAVIC, it position wise and timing wise it's okay. But navigation, it is very for a short range. That's why we need one more better navigation system, particularly for defense. And if you see, we have an Ghatak UCAV, nothing but an unmanned air vehicle. Even for that also we need, right? Because UAVs present day it plays a major role even in the medical field, even in the defense field. So for operating them, that for them a navigation system is essential. And if you see in a global way, you have GLONASS and GPS, which we are currently using. It's based on USS. So Global Position System and Galileo of Europe and Video of China, all these are the networks operates whole the world actually. But so they have a centralized system in their country. So if you use GPS, it is not secure for us because they might store our data in their central system. That's why, because of the security reasons, we also need separate things. And if you observe here, there will be a satellite over here, and in the real time it sends a signal, and this correction data, this both will be again sent back to a software and final output will be generated in the case of a separate navigation system of their own choice. And if you see other GNS satellites, if you are there, if you don't have the separate satellites, all the data will be merged. All the multiple reference stations data will be seen by each and every server, that though it's a centralized server. So all the defense data will be not in a safe manner. So if some hacking or any malware has been sent to the defense server, then they can access the whole data of our defense system. So that's why for security also we need a separate navigation system. And if you observe, as I said earlier, China's VISHNU system, it has a global reach with 40 satellites. So, and that's why it's even operating in the whole Indo-Pacific region. That's why China now wants to rule whole Indo-Pacific region, covering all small islands. And even with the, if you observe in China, it started building all the, if you take this is India, China, it started building all the ports around India, which you call it a string of pearls. Even string of pearls can be easily accessed and monitored by the China with the help of a bureau system. That's why to have separate and own navigation system for military is very important for a country. So this is the first current affair or aspect in the news. Now let's see an important current affair, nothing but a nocturne cloud. So before going to the what is nocturne cloud, let me tell you and let us just break down this noctilucent. See, if you see, it contains two words, nocta maybe and lucent. If you break these two words, you will easily understand the meaning of the noctilucent cloud. So nocta in the sense dark in the Latin, and lucent shining. So something which is shining in the dark, that is nothing but the noctilucent clouds. So now let's see. We recently observed, though they are very rare phenomena, we have recently observed them in Scotland. That's why we'll see what are these noctilucent clouds, and see they appeared in such a beautiful blue color, and we'll see why this blue color appears and what are the reasons behind and where this occurs. So basically, noctilucent clouds are the highest clouds. They appear in a mesosphere. If you see here we have mesosphere, which is around 70 to 80 kilometers or 50 miles from the earth. So most of the clouds which we see are usually appear in a stratosphere or some in a troposphere. But mesosphere, appearance of clouds in a mesosphere is bit different. So nocturne clouds are the highest clouds that appear in mesosphere. So but still, if you ask me what are the exact reason behind the occurrence of noctilucent clouds, it's still in progress. Research is in progress, but there are some evidence and experts say some reasons behind these noctilucent clouds. So let's say few of them. Okay, so coming to the first point, so usually these noctilucent clouds, in order them to appear, there should be some two things. One, they usually occur in the summers, that too in a high altitude regions, and other should be whenever they has to occur, the earth and the point of observation should be low compared to the sun's horizon. So let's say if person is here and if sun is here, and if this sun reflects over this observer and the point in which the person is about to see, then only we can see the noctilucent clouds. And there are also certain criteria when this noctilucent cloud appear. What are those criteria? They usually appear after the sunset or before sunrise, because before sunrise, after the sunset are the only period we can see some darkness over the sky, right? That's what they appear. So our next question would be, why this blue color and how they formed? These are our next questions. So in order to see that next question part, if you see, noctilucent clouds usually appear when water vapor, that is nothing but a H2O, combines with the dust. So this was the way noctilucent clouds usually appear. So how this dust and water vapor in the mesosphere? So this is because of the methane present in the mesosphere. How methane? Due to the pollution. That's what methane in the mesosphere is the one of the reason for the appearance of the noctilucent cloud. So methane, if you take methane, when it reacts with the other elements in the mesosphere, it produces water vapor. So water vapor, if it meets with the dust particles present in the mesosphere, then in the summer, if you see, on the high altitudes, so in the high altitudes, temperature in the mesosphere will be too low. So that time, this dust particles, when they mix with the H2O or water vapor, they produce a crystals, small crystals. And these small crystals, when they hit by the sun rays, this will get illuminated in a blue color. That's what we can see, a beautiful blue color in the sky. That's what nothing but a noctilucent clouds. So to this we can easily understand there should be three conditions to appear this noctilucent clouds. What are they? First, water vapor, then dust particles, then there should be a low temperature. So usually noctilucent clouds appears in the high altitude in the polar regions in the summers, because only in the summers we can see mesosphere temperature is too low. And out of all this, we should get a question, from where that mesosphere is getting dust. We already know mesosphere, name itself says it has more of meteors or meteor showers, where all the meteors or meteor showers will happen in the mesosphere. That's why the name mesosphere, right? So all the dust from comets or meteors will be in mesosphere. That dust, when reacts with the water particles, it leads to the formation of crystals, and that crystals, when illuminate with the sun's light, they appear as a blue, right, noctilucent clouds. That's why recently this great phenomena has been seen to the people of Scotland. That's why this is in news, and now it has become very important to our exam as well, and that's why we are discussing. And if you see, let's see some of the reasons for this also. And if you see, as I said, because of the vehicular pollution, and due to the methane emission might be the one of the reasons. So humans are the one of the cause for this noctilucent clouds. And the ice crystals, as I said, climate change, because of that even mesosphere is getting too cold. That means temperature is becoming too low. That may be the one of the reason. And if you see what are the other reasons of the noctilucent clouds, they are yet to be identified by the experts, but as of now experts says these are the some of the reasons for the noctilucent clouds to occur. There might be some other also, but they are in research or in progress. So when they make us clear about this noctilucent clouds, we'll surely tell you and we'll surely update you. This is for today. Thank you.